What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning R. My name is QT Danny, and you guys watching my channel CorioWood. Alright, so we have reached to the vectors in R language. So a vector, what is a vector? A vector is a collection of elements all the same type. So say we say X and we use C, and shortly we're going to tell you guys what is C. So, and then we're going to say 1 2 3. Okay, yes, I made a mistake here, so we're gonna go and fix 1 2 3, and then we put a 4, and then we put a 5. Okay, so now it says 1 2 3 4. This is a vector. This is a vector of the same type, all the same type. It means all the same type. So we guys can have a, it looks like a one-dimensional array, and it can hold a character, it holds numeric, logical data types, and you guys can put your numerics, which is this one. You guys can put your characters. Say you guys can put a Y, you guys can put your characters C, and you guys can put a, say CorioWood. You guys can put a Yazdani. So you guys can put this one, yeah, Y, and then sorry, not a T, and it should say Y, and now it's got a two character of CorioWood and Yazdani. So that's a vector, and then shortly we're going to say what is combined. Okay, so a vector cannot be a mixed type. So what we mean by mixed type, so you guys can say the last one, CorioWood, Yazdani. Okay, so you guys can put a 66, and you guys can put a 80. Now you guys can put a Y, and you guys can see this one is CorioWood, Yazdani. This 66 and 80 comes in double quote. It means it's looking at string. They're not looking at this one as numeric, because the type this one is a string. The first two is character, and looking this one as a character. So if you put a class Y is character, even though it's a character, so the first two is character, even though these two I didn't put any double quote around it, I just put a single quote. There's no quote. It means my intention were to mix this one, the character and numeric together, but here what I can get is what I got is the character and the character and the character, and when I check the class of Y, it class is character. So it cannot be a mixed type, you cannot mix it together. So that's what it says that in R, but that's R, you guys cannot mix it. Okay, so the next one is R is a vectorized language. Okay, that means operations are applied to the each elements of the vector automatically, without the need to go without the need to loop through the vector. So it means this operations is applied automatically in this one, whatever elements you've got in this vector, and it goes. There is no need to do the loop. It's a vectorized language. It's a very powerful concept in computer programming. So you cannot find it in any other language, or such as Java, C++, or any other language, but you can find it in R, because R is very powerful language, and you cannot there is no need to loop through these ones. Is applied automatically into the loop. Vectors do not have a dimension. There is no such thing as one column vector or row vector. It's not like any other language. So you guys say that my vectors have such and such column is such and such rows of vectors. So the vector are not like a mathematical vectors. It's just a vector, it's just an array, so it's got elements, but there is no rows or columns inside the vector, like I said before. And we can create a vector with C, and C means combine. So as you guys see here, I have said the C, and I just want to combine multiple elements are being combined into a vector. So our vector combines everything together. Alright, so there are a few things I just wanted to mention to you guys. A vector is a collection of elements all the same type. We've seen that. A vector cannot be a mixed type. I said that. A vector R is a vectorized language. That means the operations are applied to each element of the vector automatically without the need to loop through the vector. Vectors do not have its dimension. There is no such thing as column vector or row vector. It's not like mathematics. The vectors are not like mathematical vector where there is a difference between row and column orientation. Alright, so we can create a vector with C. C means combine. Multiple elements are being combined into the vector. So that's how the vectors are inside the R. Alright, so we can go ahead and create, say, we have assigned some variable. Say you guys have seen that we say is x, and I'm not there. I don't want to write there, but I want to write here x, and we can say 1. We forgot C to combine. We need to combine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, now we see x, it's got the same type, one numeric, all numeric, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8, I didn't put a 9. And vector operations. What is vector operation? Now that we have vector of the first 8 numbers, we might want to multiply each element by 3. In R, such operations using just the multiplication operator. So we can use a multiplication operator. Now we want to multiply all of them by 3. Say, and we do that x multiply by 2, for example. Okay, so 2 by 1 is 2, 2 by 2 is 4, 3 by 2 is 6, 4 by 2 is 8, 5, 10, and then 6 is 12, 14, and 16. So that's how you guys can multiply the vector inside the vectors. As I said, there is no need to put a loop. It loops by itself. That's how it did. It loops all the way to 16 without need. Normally we, in other language, we go with a for loop. We would say for such and such, such and such. But inside, if you guys familiar with C type, C of family, C, C++, PHP, Java, any other language, you guys go and say for. You're going to loop through for and for all the way to, if you guys know, for we initialize it, then we terminate it, and then we increment it by 1, and then we go and declare another for to multiply it with the first I and J. If you know what I mean, if you've done C++, it's very hard to explain here because this is our environment. So, but if you guys got any question or comment, just go and check my C++, the looping, how I loop and how I created the table, multiplication table. Alright, so it means that all we did is that we multiply x by 2, or we can multiply x, say, by okay, I'll go here again. I want to multiply x by, say, 5. And if you guys see, that's when it looped through straight away without, we didn't even put anything. We just put one line, 3 words, x multiply 5, and it multiplied everything. So if you guys going to do that, you can put it like 10, 20. You guys can create anything. So if you guys go ahead here, 8, 9, 10, you guys can put a random, 15, 50, you guys can put 100. Alright, so now you guys x multiply, say, 4, and straight away see R is very powerful. Straight away you guys got 4 by 4, and 4 by 2 8, 4 by 3 12, 4 4 16, 4 5 20, 6 24, and then 7 28, all the way to 4 by 100 is 400. So you guys can do it straight away like this. It's called vector operation. So it's very easy without even doing anything. So if you guys wanna, as I said, there is no loop necessary. You guys don't even need to put a loop like I and J in C, C++ or Java. You guys can go and say for I say equal to 0, I is less than, say if you want to do 100, because we have all come all the way to 100, and I plus plus. Okay, that's how you do it in C++. There is no need to do anything like this here. You guys just put a and then you guys gonna put another J under loop. So and both of them you guys want to multiply, and then you guys multiply each element by another element of the 4. Okay, so you guys cannot don't just do it here, just put an x by 4. Just declare your whatever, assign your combine vector. C stands for combine, and assign it to x, and just multiply that one, x multiplied by 4. That's it, easy as. Alright, so then we gonna see, say my name, for example. Names, okay, names is our reserved word, so put a names. Okay, so the names of, and then we assign combine, and then we put a, say C O R Corio. Okay, so now we have a Corio here. Okay, all upper words. Okay, so now we put a name of, okay, so the name of is Corio. So that's how we combine the 4 words, the name of, and then if you put a class, and class is class of name of. And you saw guys see is a character. It is character. You guys see that one. You go and see the class of x. Class of x, and it says that it's numeric. It means the class of x is numeric. So how about if you want to find the class of true and false? So you guys, we can, as I said in the previous video, we can go to class, and the class is t, and then if you put a f, error in class tf, to argument pass, class will require 1. So yes, this class requires 1. If we say a b c d, so we combine t and f. Okay, so and d, true and false. Here if you guys see, we couldn't combine t and f because it says that, but here if you guys see with the c, we combine it, and if you print d, d is true and false, and if you put a class of d, and it says logical, it is logical. Alright, so I repeat again, we cannot mix the data types. We cannot say numeric and character or strings. We cannot mix it. Say we cannot say class d e. Alright, so we assign e. We cannot say for example true, then put a false. Say after the true and false, we put a 70, we put a 80, and we got to put 100. We cannot do that. Okay, so we made a mistake here. If you guys see, we didn't put a C, and if I do this, I just need 1, and if I put a E, it says it's 18010. If you guys see here 18010, there is no 1 here. If you guys see here, there is no 1, but R is very dynamic. It's got a, it's straight away automatically figure out it's numeric. So if you put a class C, class E, and then figure out, even though the first one is logical, If you guys see this one is true, it's logical, and then numeric, and r figure out that this is all numeric. This is not logical. So even though the first one is logical, so that's what you guys be careful, because r sees in the entire combine our vectorize here there is they figure out as 1, and it loops through as 1. It's not gonna loop through as anything more than 1. Alright, so now we're gonna perform all our operations in combine in a vector. So we say x, as you guys already know about x, and we're going to find out the x. Okay, x is all the way to 100. So we're going to perform our arithmetic operation. So as you guys know that I have already done the 2, x by 2. So I'm gonna do plus, say 2, and it's gonna plus all by 2, and I'm gonna say minus x minus, say 3, and if you guys see here is -1, -0, because we have 3 as well. 3 minus 3 is 0, and then you go all the way here 100 minus 3, 97. So we've done a plus, minus, and multiplication, and now we do division. So we do x divided by, say 2, that's the division, and we do the power of x, say 2, and that's power of 2, and the last one we can find out the square root. We put sqrt, square root. Okay, square root sqrt, square root of say x, and that's what you guys see, the square root of x. And if you guys come here, the square root of first, that's the second, that's the third, and the square root of the 100, which is 10.000, that's the square root. You guys find out the square root of x.